I mean, so what happened yesterday, yes, did shift a lot in the political calculation. What I probably see will happen is it's going to be difficult now for President Tinubu on his path to the presidency in the Southwest. Seyi Makinde was instrumental to President Tinubu winning in the Southwest state of Oyo, where President Tinubu poured about 449,000 votes. Atiku Abubakar came second with about 108 something thousand. Then Peter Obi was about 99,000. So if Oyo is out of it, then one state out of the Southwest is out. Also, there's part of the permutation. Obviously, President Tinubu should be able to take Ogun easily. I think he will fight so hard to take Lagos this time, because what happened to him the last time where Lagos was out of it was really painful. And I think he will do everything
to make sure he takes Lagos.
To make sure he takes Lagos. Yeah. That leaves me with Ogun. Osun is definitely also going to struggle, except I don't know the pact he's going to have with Adeleke. And I don't know who is going to cut Adeleke. Ondo is very interesting because it's always fluid. Even under Muhammadu Buhari, there's been times that Ondo almost swayed the way, I think even swayed the way of PDP, if my memory serves me right. So, based on this permutation, the question is, how well will Seyi Makinde be able to make inroads into a couple of other Southwest states? It's going to be difficult, but I know Seyi Makinde, if for anything, want to prove a point and win a state. If you go back to the election calendar in 2011, if my memory serves me right, then Nuhu Ribadu did win. He was a candidate of the, I think, AC then, did win Osun because they wanted to prove a point. And the fact that there was still a back and forth, and I think Aregbe Shola was just settling in then. So this has just put one state out. But, I mean, there are many factors. Will Seyi be able to fight federal might? It's up in the air. President Tinubu, I keep saying, is not Jonathan. He's one man that knows how to use federal might. There are prerequisites to winning elections. The police or the military, INEC, the forces that be, and the thugs and violence. It's sad, but that's it.
Judiciary.
And I mean, the judiciary is after the election, but I'm saying on election day, but the fourth is judiciary, which obviously will sway towards a certain side that we know. But on election day, apart from your election managers and those that come out to canvass and give people money to get votes, we'll put that one. Police, military, everything and all of that. INEC, ad hoc staff, because obviously they are not, well taken care of in some instances. So definitely they might be of help to politicians, which is a sad reality. Then thugs, the role the thugs play. And the police and the thugs will work hand in hand, because depending, it is how people can mobilize the security forces properly that will make them look away when thugs are stealing or doing all the election shenanigans. How all of these factors will play out will be most important. But I think the most important factor on election day should be the people. But the question is, what will be the protection for the people when they go against, this thuggery and effect of, police and all of that, or the election managers? I think that's a big question we'll have to answer. So, Seyi has put his out there, and he's very technical. I do not think, because the PDP is fractured today, yes, the Turaki group will support Seyi, but on the ballot it will be APM. That's what will be. So when Wike was saying there are just another couple of flawed people and everything, I don't think he has a strong point. Maybe except now, they now go to the APM and plant moles in the APM and start to have factions, which is a possibility they might do, they might not do, I don't know. Only time will tell. But pretty much it will be the APM that will be on the ballot, and we'll see. If my memory serves me right, when Olufalaye had his alliance with Shinkafi, they just picked a certain political party that was going to be on the ballot, and that was what they had. If my memory serves me right, I remember, because I remember in my polling unit after the elections happened, and the logo of the party they put on the ballot then was Okpe, because I remember the song an old woman was singing, Okpe lo wole, that was in 1999. So they'll put a party there. It's going to be probably the APM, the Cassava Party. As regards President Tinubu talking about consensus, back and forth and all of that, yes, it has caused a lot of problems. But in all fairness to him, some of the problems were not caused by him. Some definitely were caused by him. In all fairness, I'm being fair to President Tinubu today. So take for states like Delta. Nobody will have thought that that calculation will come, that a Ned will try to pull his weight in the APC, and you have an Omo Agege that has been a ranking senator, deputy senate president in the past, also trying to consolidate. Omo Agege will feel that it is time. Ned will also want to consolidate, and you have this political, brickbat and all of that, and a couple of other political stalwarts. They're there. In Gombe, for instance, in Nasarawa, for instance, the former IGP, his case is there. Look at the former IGP. Look at Wadada. A lot of people are saying, no, it's Wadada, but the former IGP is also there. That he thinks that it should be done fairly. Look at Gombe, where Issa Pantami had to cry. Look at a lot of people that feel hard done as regards the political process. So when you look at it across board, yes, his hand is there, but also there's going to be a jostling. Look at even Lagos. Look at what's happening between Desmond Elliott and now, can I say his political godfather, Agbaja Biamila. Agbaja has other plans, but Desmond is saying, no, I'm going to be there. In fact, Agbaja even made a statement yesterday where he was talking about the fact that Desmond almost removed him based on the Obasa issue. When they told him that Desmond is part of those that are pushing against Obasa and all of that. But Desmond has since gone back to say he's loyal to Obasa. So there are pockets of this everywhere. But it's how they manage it that will be the thing. But I think the new electoral law has also put a cap on how they're going to be able to move away. So they might not be able to move away. But the question is, are they going to work against the party as spoilers? I pretty much doubt, because if they are caught doing that, like I say again, President Tinubu is not Jonathan, or is not the PDP that left all the people that were doing anti-party activities until they usurped and divided the party in their face, and they kept on looking, and there was the whole power. Definitely he'll take decisive action on all of this matter. So it's going to be definitely a very interesting political race, and we'll see how it passes out the coming days. But Seyi Makinde, that's one big one. If for anything, Seyi Makinde will fight to win Oyo. If he doesn't win Oyo, he'll narrow the margin of win for President Tinubu. And that might, when you start to crunch the numbers, that might be a hard one. I think there was another story there.
We had the submission of forms, the chaotic submission of forms at ADC yesterday.
Atiku and Amechi, real quickly. Yes, Atiku is submitting his form. Amechi is also submitting his form. I see a scenario. Atiku is pretty much going to emerge, from the ADC. There's no qualms about that. He pretty much set up and cobbled together whatever this architecture of the coalition is. Amechi tries to feel as if he doesn't have money, but he has the financial spend, so he's a power broker. See, the primaries comes down to who spends more dollar and who convinces more. That's just it. The question is the threshold of spend. And there are people that have the propensity to be able to get people, even if they don't directly have all the money, they get people to support them and put the money in their race. Atiku has proven that over and over again. So definitely he will spend. Amechi too will, pull his weight. But I don't think Amechi will get it. I think what will happen in the end is probably Amechi will try to work with Atiku. Amechi too is quite very ambitious and still very young person. And like he said, he's had experiences across God. Don't forget, he's been speaker, he's been minister, he's been governor, the likes and all of that. So he's one definitely also to watch for, the future and all of that. So it's going to tilt that way. There are other people that are in there. People like Ayatollah of this world. Yes, he's always coming from that technocratic background. He was also an aspirant in the PDP. But I think when the momentum starts, people like Ayatollah will pivot around Atiku and they will just fall in line and be get into the Atiku structure, and he'll probably emerge. Because it's already at the end of the month. By the 30th, we should be able to know all these candidates emerge. So it's a good one.